crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, Roota.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. All markets are falling today. It's interesting when you know that all markets are controlled by computer programs and market rigging out of the U.S. New York Fed using the Exchange Stabilization Fund money. You don't even need money to rig the stock market anymore. The U.S. government can throw endless derivatives anywhere they want. So you don't need money. That's the interesting thing. But you need a will. And where's the will going? They want to destroy the system. It is continuing to go down. The Dow Jones could go to minus $40 also. Remember when they put oil at minus $40? You're like, what? They can put this Dow at minus $40. They can put cryptos at minus $40. They can put silver at minus $40. These exchanges are not real. What you want to do is get standalone assets in your own possession only. No stocks, no bonds, no mining stocks, no SLV, no CEF, none of that. Just the physical asset that has no third-party risk. That's why cryptos are so great. They have no third-party risk unless you give up your cryptos to a third party, which a lot of people did in Celsius. I remember having a discussion with Litecoin Lisa about Celsius. I said, yeah, it's great to get huge interest, but there's third-party risk. And voila, crypto lending giant Celsius pauses withdrawals after token value plunges. These people will never see their money again. Another big name in crypto finance is taking drastic steps in the wake of plunging currency values. As The Verge notes, leading heavyweight Celsius network has paused all withdrawals, inter-account transfers, and swaps in response to extreme market conditions. The move is meant to stabilize the liquidity of assets and provide a better opportunity to meet withdrawal obligations. It's a Ponzi scheme. Ultimately, when you tear it down, if you have third-party risk, you're screwed. I don't care who that third party is. That's why we got into cryptos, no third-party risk. That's why we got into gold and silver, no third-party risk. If you have money in CEF or SLV, you have a IOU from another entity. You don't own any of that. Get your ass out of that. You should not have any cryptos in any DeFi companies. We've been screaming about that for a long time. As a matter of fact, just this weekend, I posted a discussion with Jenny Moonstone. We talked exactly about what happened to Celsius today or yesterday. Inflation explosion looms and which cryptos will survive coming SEC regulations. No, we did not talk about Celsius. We did talk about DeFi. DeFi is going away. Gone. So if you have any money, cryptos that are not in your own possession, kiss it goodbye. Especially at the exchanges. Get it in your own possession. If you don't know how to do it, you got to figure it out as fast as possible. All cryptos are taking monster hits. Bitcoin down 13%, Ethereum down. I think Theta is down below $1, 99 cents. It's getting in that range where it's like, okay, would I spend everything now? No, I just dollar cost average in. If you got, $1,000, put in 250 a week. And because it could go to minus 40, these prices are not what it's worth. So that's my advice, is just hang on tight. Theta's down $1.02 right now, $1.02. It does remind me a lot of when Theta went from 20 cents down to 4 cents. But it hung down there at 4 cents, 5 cents, 6 cents for a long time. I think ultimately all these exchanges will shut down. We won't know the price of anything. But if you have these assets in your own possession, you are positioned for after the crash. That's the key. Something very interesting about Theta, during this whole crash down, nobody's leaving Theta. Look at the Theta and Theta Fuel staked. Theta staked is still 63.2%. That's almost exactly where it started when we started this bear market, the artificial bear market. coming down from Bitcoin being at 60,000 when Theta was at over $10. There was 63% staked. How much is their stake now? 63% staked. The big money, the smart money, the staked money is not getting rid of their Theta. T-Fuel, on the other hand, that staking has gone up. It was at 33%. Now it's at 38%. So people are starting to figure out, oh my God, I can stake T-Fuel and make more T-Fuel. So yes, keep hanging on. Now, how long will this last? I don't think it's going to last throughout the year, but that's a time frame. We have a time frame. If you can close your eyes, go on vacation, come back in 6 months, and check your portfolio, you're going to be great. Can you do that? No, probably not. You freak out every time it goes down. You know, smart people obviously are buying now. Every time it drops down again, they're going to buy some more. That is the future of broadband, truthfully. Sharing broadband is the only way to expand broadband. But, hey, you make your call. Silver, yes, they can put silver at minus $40. Everybody's like, oh my God, did you see what they did to the price of silver? They can put silver at minus $40 just like they did oil because silver's not being traded. Do you know how much silver traded on Friday? Right there, 500 million ounces of silver. That's the dumbest thing ever. And the regulators and the people in charge of these exchanges should all go to jail. And how long have I been screaming that? This is not silver being priced. This is futures and options, silver derivatives being priced. Two completely different things. Premiums, as silver goes down and the price of real silver stays where it is or goes up, the premiums are insane. You know, at $21 silver right now, you can't get a silver eagle for less than $30. It probably $35 to $40, which is $15 premium. What, you're paying what is that, 75% premium? That's insane, but that's what our markets are. That's what these criminals like Rustin Benham and Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen, that's who these people are. They are working with the original programs that Alan Greenspan wrote back in the 1960s to rig all markets, but it will end. It is coming to an end. Hang on tight. Hang on tight. All right, so here's where we are. The Dow is falling. Now the Dow, that covers everybody's retirement. That's when that drops below 30, people are going to start freaking out. Wait till it drops below 20 and then drops below 10,000. That's when all hell breaks loose. Everybody who had money for retirement does not have money for retirement anymore. Get your physical assets in your own possession. If you have an IRA, contact Will Lair at Perpetual Assets. He can teach you how to do that. It's perpetualassets.com. And they help people open up a self-directed IRA. That way you don't have to pay the penalty, but you can still have your IRA. But you control your assets. Nobody else controls your assets. Crypto's red all over. I would like to point out the big thing everybody's been waiting on, the big smash is going to happen when the U.S. government takes down Tether, and we do have a Tether little drop right here. Tether could go at any moment. That's the deep state coin. So just be prepared for that. Will the Theta amount stake change? No, it'll probably go up. Wait till Netflix says, we've decided to use Theta. And Apple says, we've decided to use Theta. Basically, because it's cheaper than using a content delivery network. But more importantly, it is the future of the metaverse. Everybody's heard about the metaverse. The future of the metaverse is Theta. The first future of NFTs are Theta. NFTs are so much more than the Beanie Baby stuff going on now. So much more. It's your own personal smart contract. What can you use that for? Well, real estate jumps out. Why pay 3% to these real estate brokers? There's no reason to. Peer-to-peer transactions. Use Reggie Middleton's invention. Let's take a look at actually what Veritasium's trading at. $20. That's a screaming buy right there. It was just at 200 a couple months ago. Yes, I do think that the government, yes, it's hard to get. The only place I know is Mercatox. And if you go in there with $10,000, you're going to jump the price of veritasium to $30. So, very volatile, long shot, but it's like buying a lottery ticket, in my opinion. All right, Celsius is being blown apart. Like I said, I specifically talked about Celsius too with Litecoin Lisa. You can go back on her channel. I think it might have gotten. I think she lost a channel. I'm not sure. But yeah, you can look up when they were talking about Celsius. I'm like, no, and I wasn't scheduled to be there, but she brought me in, and I'm like, if there's a third party involved, get the hell out of there. Yeah, but you're getting 18% returns. You get 0% return now. 0% return. You get nothing returned. Celsius is not going to save itself from this tailspin. And now they've paused all withdrawals, so it's over. Think BitConnect. Not the same, not as criminal a structure, but obviously the structure was failing and miserably. Third party risk is your nemesis. Again, Theta at $1.02 right now. Screaming buy, dollar cost average in. Just keep buying every week and you'll be fine. Silver, again, go load up on as much silver as you can. Silver's the bank killer, remember. When silver goes, the whole world goes. And again, they traded 500 million ounces on Friday. It's probably going to be 500 million ounces again today or more. The biggest I've seen was a 2 billion ounce day on the criminal COMEX. Really interesting to look at. They have 72,000 open interest contracts for July. July is a delivery month. So we're halfway through June. So got a couple weeks left of trading. And yes, they can do anything they want. We won't see the deliveries in the right places from the COMEX. They're going to hide it all behind the scenes. And if you've been following my work, go to the Jenny Moonstone discussion of this one, Discovering the Good Guys, the secret third party in the JP Morgan B of A silver least. I talked about that with Jean-Claude. You will be blown away by who this is, who is taking all this physical silver. And it is a good guy. I've been screaming it for a long time. I've forgotten about it for the last year that I did a full analysis on who's going to be taking all the silver. And then boom, we nailed it. You'll find out about it come October, November, December timeframe. But wouldn't you rather know now? Go to the private road at roadtoroota.com, click on the Jenny Moonstone discussions, and we dig deep into that one. Go check it out. And now, I'm telling you, this is the summer of inflation. As you can see, and I've pointed this out many times, just because I finally learned it. You know, who the hell studies inflation at all these days? Now people are going to start to. And what we see here is these 3 months last year, June, July, August, September, are all flat inflationary months. Why is that important? Because the CPI number, that 8.6 number they have right now, is based on what last year's numbers is. So the July, from May to June, it only jumped 4%. The other months, it was jumping high. So it had a higher hurdle. Now from June, July, especially July, August, September, they moved down a little or flat at 5.4%. So any incremental price is going to be perpetually adding upon each other. And is inflation going to continue to go up? Absolutely. Gas price at risk of jumping even higher this summer, Goldman Sachs analyst says. Goldman Sachs analyst Damien Corval said Monday that gasoline prices could spike this summer because low supplies leave open the possibility of a shock, like experienced in 2008, surprise, surprise, in the 1970s. Goldman head of energy research and senior commodity strategist told CNBC that a gap to the upside in gas prices is the main risk that you have to keep in mind. He argued that this comes as supplies remain too low and momentum on demand is quite resilient. All we see is demand remaining above supply and inventories continuing to come down. And then you throw in a risk of a oil refinery going offline. And I guarantee you that's going to happen. There's not many oil refineries anymore in the United States because the political situation with oil is ridiculous. And Biden has already shut down everything. And no big company with a brain is going to invest in a new oil processing plant because these are 10-year projects. You can't invest $50 billion today to build one and not know if they're going to regulate you out of business. And the regulations are way too much trouble, so they don't do it. So they can't expand capacity. And then we're coming into the hurricane season 2. Imagine how many offshore drilling rigs they're going to shut down as hurricanes come through. And it's supposed to be a big hurricane season. So that is going to hugely affect gas prices. And we're at war with China. And China is now testing 3.5 million people in Beijing after a furious COVID outbreak. This is part of the way that China is shutting down goods coming into the U.S., allowing hyperinflation to kick in. This is war. They're not messing around. We are going to stop getting goods from China, period, this summer. And then they're going to go after Taiwan. And then it gets ugly. This is all part of the plan. You got to hang on to your assets in your own possession. You can't look at price or it'll give you a heart attack. Just shut it away. Come back to it in 6 months. If you have money to invest, dollar cost average. Every week, buy a little silver, buy a little crypto. And buy the good ones. Obviously, Theta is the number one in the road to Roota world. All right, that's where we are. The battles continue. I do expect to see 15% inflation come September 11th. That's my prediction. September 11th will be at 15% inflation. Remember, we've seen 15% inflation before, but it was when Volcker was raising rates to 20% to try to stop it. We were going to have runaway inflation, so Volcker puts in 20% interest rates, Fed fund rate, and then it took 2 years to get inflation back under 10%. 2 years of pain. Is Janet Yellen and Jerome Powell going to do that? Not a chance. Will they hit 2%, 3%? I would say the max they'd hit would be 3%. Would they ever try to front run the inflation? No, because the plan is not to fix the problem temporarily with a Band-Aid like Volcker did. Now, Volcker rigged the gold market too. He said he didn't. He said, oh, that's the only thing I did wrong was I should have rigged the gold price. He did rig the gold price. He just got everybody in up to 800 and then slammed it down. So just keep that all in mind. And this is the end game, so you just got to hang on for dear life. Get your assets in your own possession and get ready for more chaos. It's going to get really ugly this summer. By September 11th, you won't even recognize what's going on. This is Bix Weir. If you want to join the private Road to Roota and get all this information, hit subscribe today at roadtoroota.com. And we are giving away one Roota Lives coin. When the Road to Roota theory comes out and is proven to be correct, and the Fed says, yes, we did have good guys behind the scenes for the last 100 years, we are moving to a gold standard with a gold redeemable standard because there's so much gold in the world. Silver, we're not going to be able to issue silver coins because silver is more valuable than gold. Sorry. And it said, yes, the Road to Roota theory is correct. We will move into a better day for the United States of America, back to sound money. That's where we're headed. Anyway, get your coin today. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you later.